The Indianapolis Guardians are looking for their first win of the season against the New York Empire. We start with Ron Moore getting the ball down the left side. He whoops around defenders, getting the ball to around midfield. Brett Favre inside New York territory runs out of the pocket. He wasn't really known for this in his NFL career, getting it inside the 5, and Sammy Smith bums it in for the touchdown. Next drive for Steve DeBerg, the first drive for the New York Empire. He throws it down the right side to tricky Ricky Irvins, but he gets tackled. It's a fumble recovered by Darren Perry. And Brett Favre, he's saying, I got to capitalize off this. I'm going to run out of the pocket. I'm going to be dangerous. I need to go and get the Guardian their first win of the season. And he says, I'm going to do this myself. I'm not a statue. I got the touchdown. 14-point game. Steve DeBerg throws it down the right side to Flipper Anderson. He jumps for the catch, gets the ball close to the red zone, and Steve DeBerg, he runs out of the pocket, giving the ball to Gary Brown, and Gary Brown, he catches the touchdown. But of course the punchline is that Scott Norwood misses the extra point. Next drive for the Empire, Steve DeBerg throws it down the right side to tricky Ricky Irvins, wide open in the seam route. And then DeBerg gives it to Mike Sherrard, waiting in the end zone for the touchdown. It's a 1-point ball game. Brett Favre gives the ball to Ron Moore. He whips around defenders. He's showing off those juke moves. Favre will get the ball to Alexander Wright down the right side. Conveniently, this would lead to a Nick Lowry field goal after the drive stalls. It's a 4-point ball game. This is a big chance for the New York Empire to get something going. Gary Brown goes whoop down the right side, but he would get injured. He would be replaced by Dexter Carter at the running back position. Brett Favre would go on to the next drive after the punt. Jerry Rice, the Hall of Famer, would get into this game, and then Brett Favre would back up. He would survey the field. He would throw an interception to the New York Empire. Next drive, tricky Ricky Irvins. He's reliable. He gets the ball down the right side, and then Dexter Carter would get his first touchdown of the season. The Empire take a lead. Brett Favre, he runs out of the pocket. He's trying to be tough, sacked by Joe Kane, and he is injured. This is really bad for the Guardians. He would be replaced by longtime Falcons quarterback Chris Chandler. After the punt, Steve DeBerg would throw the ball down the right side. He would throw it open down the seam to tricky Ricky Irvins to the 25-yard line. This would lead to a Scott Norwood field goal. Looks safe for the Empire. Clock is ticking. Ron Moore down the left side. He gets the handoff from Chris Chandler. He gets the ball inside Empire territory. And then Chris Chandler backs up. He surveys the field. Passes the ball to Jerry Rice. He whoops around defenders. And that's the walk-off touchdown for the Guardian. They would get their first win of the season against the Empire, 24-23. Buffalo Stampede visit the Pittsburgh Renegades. We have Reggie Cobb coming back from injury for the Renegades, but no Bo-Nose Jackson, starting out with John Elway, play-action rollout, bootleg, throwing it deep to a diving old reliable Don Beebe. Kevin Mack would bum it in for the touchdown. Garrison Hurst would catch the flip to the right, but he would get injured, and he would be replaced by Warren Williams at the fullback position. Reggie Cobb would say, I'm going to get this first down. I'm going to beat off defenders. And then John Elway would wait back, throw it down the right side, intended for Michael Jackson, and it would be intercepted by the Buffalo Stampede. Vinny Testaverde rolls out of the pocket. He throws the ball to the guy with knives on his hands, Brian Blades, and this would lead to a Davis up the middle handoff for the touchdown. It's a 7-7 ball game. John Elway throws it down the left side. This time it's intercepted by Darren Woodson, and then Vinny Testaverde needs to get something off that, but he gets sacked and he would be injured. The sack would be by Quentin Coriat, and he would be replaced by Ty Detmer, who was really good in college at BYU. Kevin Mack gets the handoff down the left side after the punt. He wheels off defenders and he runs it into the end zone. He says, get off me. Warren Williams down the right side. He shows off the speed, and then Ty Detmer hands it off to Kenneth Davis. Get off me, as he makes it past the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line, and then Kenneth Davis gets the touchdown. It's a tied ball game. Don Beebe, old reliable, gets into this game as the drive would stall, and then Jason Elam would knock in a field goal. Kenneth Davis catches the ball in the flats, getting it deep into Renegades territory. And then Kenneth Davis, he would bounce off defenders and he would fool the camera getting the touchdown. It's a 3-point ball game. 4 after the extra point. John Elway, he finds old reliable Don Beebe in the end zone. It's a 3-point ball game. And then the interception will be made here by Everson Walls, Ty Detmer's first interception of the season. John Elway rolls out, bootleg to a wide open old reliable Don Beebe as the Renegades take a big lead, but the Elam extra point is no good. So it's a 9-point game here. Warren Williams takes the flip down the right side on possibly the last drive for the Buffaloes. And then Kenneth Davis goes down the left side on 4th down, thinking it was a last-ditch effort. Ty Detmer, play action rollout, bootleg. He throws it into the middle of the end zone to Brian Blades, the first touchdown of the season for Ty Detmer. Onside kick, down by 2. Stampede have to recover, but they do not, as Buffalo loses by 5 points, and the Renegades are 2-2. And out of the game with the winless teams, the Vegas Gamblers, Atlanta Fire. They get 2 players back, Mike Rozier and Steve Broussard in this game. James Brooks starts us off, weaving around defenders, getting the ball close to midfield. Boomer Esiason would stand back, throw the ball down the right side to Vance Johnson, getting the ball into Gamblers territory, and Esiason would back up. Load up, throw it deep to Stephone Page, but it's intercepted by Vency Glenn. This is an opportunity for Chris Miller, giving it to Ricky Sanders, getting it into Fire territory. Miller will stand back at midfield and throw it down the left side to Drew Hill. He's got the touchdown after getting the rainbow pass. Another time in Fire territory. Chris Miller throws it yet again. The jumping catch by Drew Hill. 2 touchdowns in this game. Boomer Esiason's got to get some points on the board. He throws it over the middle to Vance Johnson into Gambler territory. He weaves around defenders. This would lead to a field goal make by Matt Baer after the drive stalled. Chris Miller would get the ball back for the Gamblers in his next drive, would throw it over the middle to Keith Jackson, getting it close to midfield, and then he would give it to Heath Sherman, getting the ball into Fire territory. This would lead to a Steve Christie field goal. It's a 14-point game. Miller gets the ball back for the Gamblers. He throws it down the left side again to Drew Hill, making it into Fire territory. Rod Sadler makes the sack, and this would lead to another Steve Christie field goal. The Fire are in trouble. They could be the last place in the BTFL Season 2, but leave it up to James Brooks to weave around defenders. He does not want to lose. He's playing for keeps. He gets tackled at the 1. He would be injured, and he would be replaced by Keith Woodside, and Steve Broussard, off of injury, would bum it in for the touchdown. It's a 10-point ball game. Esiason gets the ball back. 5 minutes around left to go. Passes it down the right side to Stephone Page, and he could go all the way, and he does for the touchdown. It's a 3-point ball game. Esiason play action rollout, bootleg, runs it over to the right side. He throws it deep to a diving Stephone Page, and Esiason would give it to Broussard again, but the extra point is no good. That could be what ends up sealing it for the Fire. Mike Rozier, he came back from injury, but he's injured again. He would be replaced by Troy Stratford. Chris Miller, without Broussard, would go back to pass. He would throw it over the right side to Ricky Sanders. He's wide open for the touchdown. Gamblers take the lead and eventually win with that walk-off touchdown, 27-23, and the Gamblers get their first win of the season.